Hi, welcome again to today's presentation. Today we are going to talk on how to give oral medication to dogs. And giving oral medication to dogs is something that you have to do once in a while. You can't avoid it. And sometimes the dogs are just healthy and you just want to give them deworming tablets. Or sometimes the dogs are healthy and they are young, you want to stimulate their growth or give them calcium. Sometimes they are sick and you need to treat them. The challenge with oral medication is that it comes in various preparations. Sometimes it is in form of capsules that are supposed to bypass the mouth. Sometimes they come in tablets, which are of various sizes, and you need to see how to give them to the dog. Sometimes they come in form of a powder, and sometimes you have to give it regularly to the dog, and sometimes it is in form of a liquid, and it has to be given maybe regularly, maybe throughout the day, and you need to see how to give it to the dog. One way of doing this is by concealing the medicine in food, favorite food like meat. You can open a piece of meat, a small piece like the one you normally put in your mouth. Don't open it completely so that the tablets does not come out. The best time to give this kind of medication is when the dog is expecting a meal. It's maybe mealtime and it is ready to eat. So it will just take that and gulp it. Sometimes it might chew and remove the tablet. So this is a challenge that you can address by concealing the tablet or the medication in a piece of bread. Make sure you have it cemented with some margarine so that it is tight. And then you can just give it directly to the dog if you are used to giving it, or you can just drop it to the ground and the dog will pick it up. And even if it chews, it is very difficult because it is cemented to remove the medication. An easier way of doing it is concealing the medication in a piece of intestine. This is intestine from animals that are dewormed or livestock that are dewormed regularly or they have been recently dewormed, so that you don't transmit worms from the livestock to the dogs. And this medication is good because you can tie the piece of intestine together, and therefore even when the dog chews, it will not be able to remove it. When you give cooked meat, sometimes you find it is very difficult to tie, but when it is raw, you can tie it together. You can put one or two rows so that you securely hold it there, and that way you will just put it to the dog. You will just give it to the dog, and especially when it is expecting, it's hungry, it is expecting a meal, you will just go there and put it on the ground, and it will just swallow it or just take it in one gulp. So another way of giving medication to dog is mixing it with food. If it is in form of chewable medication that can be mixed with dry food, you will just hide it in the food and the dog will just take it. But sometimes you find that the food, you have to mix it with the medicine thoroughly, and if it is in form of tablets, you will crush the tablets, crush it into small particles, because if you crush big particles, you will find that the dog might sometimes miss it or sometimes might not take it, and therefore it is left behind and it will not serve the purpose that it was supposed to serve. For this type of medication, you mix it with a very small quantity of food, not the normal ration, just a small quantity, and this is food that is a favorite or the dog likes most, and it will be able to be mixed, to be mixable with the food, so that the dog is not able to select. So mix this with a very small quantity, not the full ration, of either a liquid like milk or a soup or even water, or even the food that the dog is used to or it likes most. Make sure that you mix thoroughly this material, this food material with the medicine, so that when the dog takes, it will not be selective and be able to leave some behind. Remember, this one is a very small quantity. And after that, after the dog has taken this quantity, now you can be able to top up the full ration to what the dog is expected to. Very small, it has to be that small. just enough to mix the medication or to make it take the medication. The same case with most of the liquids, like milk or soup, it has to be very small. But when the dog has to take it the whole day, like it has constipation and you need to give medication like liquid paraffin in water, in that case, you can mix it with the whole amount of water that the dog is used to take. And when you take it to the dog, it will just take it and finish it. So it depends on how much it has to take. Then for the other method is to give directly into the mouth of the dog, and in this case you have to make the dog relax by playing with it or massaging it or doing whatever you do to make it relax. And in that case, if the medicine is in form of a tablet, you can crush it and mix it with some milk or soup or water, and then you can give it directly to the dog by holding the upper jaw and giving the amount of a drug. You can insert the medicine into the mouth, the throat, and hold it the mouth firmly until it swallows. Sometimes some dogs are not agreeable, and this one can be dangerous to you and to the animal. And therefore, for this method to be successful, you have to start training the dog or when it is young or when it is a small one. So you will not avoid giving oral medication to dogs as long as you have dogs with you, whether at the farm or otherwise. So this brings me to the end of my presentation. My name is Dr. Jacinta. I hope the presentation has been informative. If you have liked it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to this channel, kindly subscribe so that you can get updated on upcoming issues. Otherwise, thank you very much.